Neatly here from Cycling Inform, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about how a training centre can help you train for events. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to my screen. Hopefully everything's going to go okay. And oh, here we go. Beautiful. Fantastic. All right, now I'll just find out where I am on my little pointer here. Bring it up. Okay, so what happens is when people go to an event, they enter an event and they paid their money for the event. So they've paid their money here. The event, they've paid their money, however how much money that is. Oh, here we go. Alright, so they paid their money for the event, and it could be between, I don't know, 75. Some other events are pretty expensive, say $250. Alright. Okay, so they paid their money for the event. Then they start training for it. Now on the event day, this is just on the event day, we'll have a percentage of people that did not start. Alright. Okay, and actually the percentages are around about 12%. Alright. And then we have some people that actually get to the event and they ride it and they DNF, do not finish. Alright. And again, that percentage is around about 12%. And then we have this percentage here, what I call the people that are just happy to finish. Okay, and these people here, they basically ride the event, but the event was so traumatizing for them that they're actually just happy to finish it. So they haven't prepared very well for the event. Their training was pretty ordinary, and they get to the event. They thought that it was going to be a great idea, but on the day they realized that they were really out of their depths and that they haven't really prepared for it. Then we have a percentage of people that have a happy time and have a happy ride. Everything goes reasonably well to plan. They're happy with it. And then we have this top percentage of people, personal bests. All right. So, and the people that do this, they're probably look. It's hard to put a number on this, but let's put it at about say 3 to 5%. Okay. Now I don't know what the difference is between if we add up all these. The just happy to finish percentage. Generally, we find that there's around about 25 to 27% of people that are in this category. So the remaining category, I don't know how much percentage it is, whatever percentage is in this category here. Now the great thing about our training programs is what we've found is that when people come onto our training centre, start training for events, we find that those people are about 98%. They have a 98% chance of ending up in this category here to this category. And the interesting thing is that out of that 98%, more than half, around about 72% of that 98% actually get a PB, which is pretty fantastic. And look, the reason for that is that, well, there's a lot of reasons behind it, but we've been doing it for quite a while, and we're very, very good at getting people to the events and having a fantastic experience. And obviously, the experience that people have of the event, they have a very happy experience here at the top, and down the bottom, not so happy experience. Okay, and look, not so happy. All right, and if you're like me, you start off with your cycling journey, and once you get past about 100, once you get past about 100k is really the limit. People can generally prepare themselves quite happily, up to about 100k events. Some, 70k events. All right, but after that point, you really need to get some help. And along your cycling journey, you're going to be, picking off events as you go. And you may find that this might be a 100k event, here. Then you might want to do 175, and then you might want to do an event, 175 with heaps of hills. And the idea is that you end up here and you've done maybe Paris-Brest-Paris. Or you've travelled overseas and done some of the haute route stuff. Some fantastic rides that you can do overseas. Some of the Grand Fondos. We did the Spring Classics last year. So as you're going through there, and of course, depending on how you go in these events, if you end up, ending down here in this section here, DNF and DNS, you're not going to have a fantastic experience, and it means that you're not going to, really enjoy your cycling, and you may not end up, up here enjoying this stuff. I mean, look, you may not ever end up there, but that's fine. It's the whole idea is that you have a fantastic experience while you're working through whatever your cycling journey takes you wherever it takes you, so you have a big happy experience. Now, the crazy thing about this is that when we talk about the lost opportunity cost associated with training for events, there is a financial commitment. You've spent, I don't know, maybe let's say $5 to $7,000, even more on your bike. You may have we'll put K's in here, $3,000 worth of clothing. Obviously, I mentioned the event, accommodation, depending on where you go, travel and accommodation, transport. If the event's local, there's not too much of an expense. If you're traveling interstate or inter-country, then obviously your travel and accommodation could get quite expensive. So let's just put it from zero. Depending on the event, it could be thousands. All right, thousands to get a travel and accommodation. So you've got all this financial investment that you've made in it, and obviously an investment in nutrition, not only at the event but also along the way. You'll be eating stuff while you're training and that sort of thing. So there's a financial cost, but there's also a time commitment as well with your training. And the great thing about our training is that obviously it's very time efficient. So there is a trade-off, and this is what I call the lost opportunity cost. All this money that you're investing here, you could be investing in other activities, and it's not money that you're obviously investing back into your family. It's money that you're investing in yourself. So you have to spend this money wisely. But the thing about money is that you can always earn more money. Like money, if you've got a job, every fortnight, every month, you get more money, and it's up to you to choose what you spend that money on. So the great thing about money is that you do get some of it back. All right. Well, you do get, you don't really get money back, but you get more money. Like if you've got a job, and most people have jobs, you get more money every week. So it's always refilling the bucket. So whatever income you're getting, on a weekly or fortnightly, it's always being topped up. Okay. But the problem with time, here's the issue of time. Once you've used that time, that's gone forever. And there's a lost opportunity cost associated with training as well, moving towards events. So if you're training for an event, there's obviously a percentage of time, not dollars, sorry, percentage of time that you're spending of your time away from your family, and your friends, and possibly work. All right. Okay. So this is the trade-off. Do I spend time with my family and friends, or do I spend time riding my bike? And really, what you want to do is make sure that that's the most efficient, that you're utilizing that time as efficiently as possible. So we've spent quite a bit of time on our training programs making sure that the time that you're spending is really efficient. In fact, we've had stories of people saying to us, the training program is so efficient, I've been able to give some time back to my not necessarily work, but given certainly back to family and friends, that have had more time available. So you spend your time wisely.